Hello everyone, my name is Ian and welcome back to Books, Crafts, and Planning. I do apologize in advance if you hear talking, dogs barking, or if I cough or just sound cruddy. I've been dealing with a head cold for the past few weeks. It seems to be going around where I live. This is going to be my January wrap-up video of everything that I read in January. I do not have any of the books still. I think I might have one because it was a library book, but all of them have been sent to Half Price Books or have been returned to the library. I will give you all of that now. So in January, I'm going to be looking at my notebook. In January, I read 6 books. My average rating was 3.33. I read 2,287 pages, 284 chapters. Of the 6 books, 1 was a paperback and 5 were a hardback. The genres I read were mystery, romance, fantasy, and historical fiction. The first book I read was The Wayward Prince by Leonard Goldberg. This was the 7th book in the series. I do recommend reading these in order as it will backtrack from previous events in the previous books. I really enjoyed this series, all 3 books. All the books were 3 stars, I think, with the exception of the 4th one, which I gave 4 stars. The second one I read was Malibu Rising. That was on my TBR for forever. I really enjoyed that book. It was a 3-star for me. I love the character movement and all that through it. The third book I read was The Younger Wife by Sally Hepworth. This one was a 1-star for me. You will find as my channel progresses and as I talk more about it that I am a survivor of domestic abuse and sexual assault. So if I read a book with that in there, if it is briefly mentioned and doesn't go into too much detail, I'm okay with it. This book, however, the plot was great, was able to get through it, but the fact that the person who was being abused kept going back to her husband and the way he was manipulating her words, saying it was her fault and not his fault, really was a trigger for me just because that's what my ex-abuser did. So that one was a 1-star. The 4th book I read was City of the Lost Souls by Cassandra Clare. This was number 5 in the Mortal Instruments series. This one was also a 5-star. You follow a group of shadow hunters, and it's got vampires, all that sort of stuff. While I did finish the 5th book, I don't think that I'm necessarily going to finish the 6th book, just because the way the 5th book kind of ended and some of the stuff in it, it just seemed like an ongoing battle that was never going to end, and I just really don't care to read about it right now. The 5th book I read was Those People, which was by Louise Candlish. This one was a 3-star. You follow a group of, let's see if I wrote notes on it. I don't really remember much about this book. Yes, I just read it a few days ago, or I think it was a few days ago, but I don't really remember much about it. The storyline was great. Plots, twists, and turns were great. Again, that one was a 3-star. The 6th and final book I read for January was Sisters in Arms by Kaya Alderson. Again, this is one that's been on my shelf for a while. I finally got into it. It was a 5-star. In it, you follow 2 Black women who are going to the front lines to fight for World War II, and it's about their trials and stuff they learn and everything. I literally read it in like 2 days. That is all for my wrap up. I know it's really short. I'm going to try and get, more in depth with these and make sure I actually have the books to present to you and read the backs of them. I'm also going to be starting my new TBR game and all that. So that's my wrap up for this month of January. And following this video, there will be a TBR video, how my game is going to be played and all that. So if you like this video, hit the like button. If you want to see more of my videos, which will be coming on a more regular basis very soon, hit that subscribe button. and I'll see you in the next one.